Famous stand. Good morning and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Myself and James Redmond for episode 21 of Hot Kopics. Hot Kopics. If you're with us, let us know. Jump in on the live chat. I know we've sprung it up on you quite early this morning that we would be doing the Hot Kopics, but it's Monday morning. We like to do it now so we can look back at the weekend, but also look ahead to the rest of the week. First of all, big game yesterday. I was with you last night. We watched the AFCON final. We will be talking about your prediction, 5 years ago, saying Sadio Mane was the best player in the world. Now he has the accolades.
Yes.
To maybe prove that. But before we get into that,
comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, I know it's early. I know people are snoozing, might be at school.
They're like, fucking hell, boys, you want to leave it any earlier? Sorry about that. Things happen. That being said,
I still look a bit puffy. I can't lie.
No shame, but you know what? I love an early morning stream. Gus is buzzing. I'm buzzing. Got a water. You know what I mean, lads? And hopefully everyone's looking forward to it because that weekend was juicy, lads, especially yesterday. Obviously, two big games to talk about. Do you want to start on the AFCON?
Let's start on the AFCON because it's the most fresh thing, right? We've seen this morning picture of Sadio Mane, in the bed,
with his
medal round his neck, and the trophy, which actually... It looks like a emoticon of a trophy. It doesn't even look like real.
It just looks that good. It looks that good. And that's the thing about Mane at the moment. You know, I even just had an Instagram post. Go and check it out if you so wish. But I just posted simply. People called this guy delusional, this guy being this guy. And then 5 years ago when I said it, he had none of these accolades. Since this, he's had... Thank you for reminding me. A Premier League Golden Boot, a Premier League in itself, a Champions League, and an AFCON.
And a Super Cup.
And a Super Cup. And a Club World Cup, if you want to throw that in as well. If you do.
And 100 Premier League goals.
And 100 Premier League goals.
Is there anything else? Let us know in the comments. Can we throw anything
all
else?
This happened since that interview, by the way. So I really do think that we have to give not only Mane a bit of credit, but myself a bit of credit. I really, really do.
That.
You know what I mean? I got a lot of stick for that at the time. And then it ended up being right. So, put some respect on my name.
I mean, the final itself, we were watching it, apart from Sadio Mane missing a penalty in the first 5 minutes, which now is just forgotten about.
Mr. Resilience is the way I look at that situation. I think for someone to miss a penalty so early on in the game and then I have to score the winning penalty, bearing in mind, Egypt had won 3 penalty shootouts before this. In the last... AFCON final against Mahrez, they lost that game. Just think about all that pressure. The fact he is the main man. He might not be the captain, but he is the main man. He's the one they look to for a goal or a big moment. And even though he did miss that early penalty, which even Ruby pointed out last night, it wouldn't have led to penalties if Mane scored that. Still, you don't actually know, do you? Games can change and whatever. That being said, he scored the most important one. That won his country, that trophy. I'm buzzing for him, but at the same time, I am devastated for Salah. I'm devastated for Salah. I don't know about you. I don't know who you wanted to win the final.
I was there for Salah.
Was you there for Salah?
I was there for Salah.
Was that because of the Ballon d'Or hopes? That, like, obviously everyone's linked them because it would help.
If you can chuck AFCON winners' medal into that as well, and I think Salah is going to score more goals than Mane this season, so naturally, and I've got an Egypt shirt. I can't lie, I've got an Egypt shirt. So all of that added together, I wanted Salah to win, but Mane, considering he missed that penalty in the first 5 minutes, to then go on and put yourself in the position of making you the winner or the loser. You could be a hero or zero in that spot kick. He's absolutely slammed it in the side netting. There's no doubt about the finish. But unbelievable to see them both get to the final. Happy that they're both coming back now. Yesterday, they don't drink, so don't have to worry about a hangover. They're not going to be smashed on the plane coming back. So great stuff.
Do you know one thing I think we need to realise? We have probably got, arguably, the 2 best African footballers in world football.
I think it's a very, very, very strong argument to make.
Which is unbelievable.
I mean, who else could claim?
Of an entire continent, we've got 2 of the best players. That's amazing. Like, you've got, you know, Barcelona have Messi for all that time, so they're the best player from South America. You know, you look at Europe, whether that's Ronaldo or whoever it may be, they had that. Like, we've now got the best player from a whole entire continent, and I think that shows really leaps and bounds. Even with the shirt sales the other day, I saw them, and we're the most in the Premier League, aren't we?
Goals for that.
Yeah, we're the most in the Premier League, if I'm standing correct.
Most in England.
Most in England. So, how as that happens, that's because of Mo Salah, the backing that he gets, Mane, the backing that he gets. They might not have 30, 50, like, 50, 60, million Instagram followers, but they do have a core backing to where people really support them to a whole other level. And it makes us a much better club for it. No player's bigger than the club, but it makes us a much better club for it.
Yeah, unbelievable for the PR of the club as well to have two players
which
like
you've
that
got to
in the
worry
finals.
about, and it's not like bad PR. It's great PR. It's the best PR that you can get. 2 of our forwards getting to that final. These have been in a system together for 3 or 4 seasons, or 4 or 5. How long does that usually last? Now it's still going. They're still getting to the finals. They're still scoring the most goals in the Premier League, or there and thereabouts.
Do you know what I like to see last night as well, and throughout the competition, which has been a great competition, by the way. Some massive surprises. Look at Burkina Faso getting to the semis. Yep. Algeria out early. Ghana and all these kind of big favourites were, to win it out early. Yeah. But what I loved was seeing Salah wear the captain's armband. For me, I didn't see him not once, not in the referee's ear, biting his ear off after a bad decision. Yeah. That's what I love to see about Salah. He was a proper leader. Mm-hmm. Yes, he didn't score the most goals. I think Mane actually got player of the tournament, which is well deserved. Salah didn't score the most goals, but he was an absolute leader. And how much pressure must he have on his shoulders? Just him alone. He's obviously clearly the best player in that team. Yeah. So everyone's looking to him. You take him out of that team. I'm not being funny. You got Trezeguet, decent. Yep. El Nene never really cut it at Arsenal. I mean, if you take Salah out, that is a bang average team. Oh, 100%. It's like if you take Bale out of Wales.
Well, they're underdogs. That's exactly what they are. They are underdogs. And I think, what Salah brings to that team, not only in terms of quality, but in terms of leadership, you bang on that. It really does help a lot. I want to ask you a question, because I think a lot of people...
By the way, big up to you guys getting involved in the comments. We're going to read them out soon.
Shout out to Kop TV, T-Boys TV. Shout out to AK, my G. Yeah, Marshall. And Mitchell, you already know the score. Yeah, Mitchell, long-time supporter, our brother. A lot of legends in the chat, but someone has asked, would you give Mane a contract extension?
100%.
Boss, I'm glad you're on the same page.
And Firmino. And Salah, obviously.
Yeah, Salah's obvious.
This is how I would personally do it. Yeah. Let's say I'm Michael Edwards or whoever sorts this stuff out, right? I go, right, I want you 3 in a room. Get upstairs. I haven't seen you for a month. You, Salah and Mane, get in. Love you too. So he goes, right, I'm going to give you all contracts. Yeah, we're all quite similar age, but Bobby, you're the oldest. So what I'm going to do here, Bobby, you're on 150 a week, right? 175 a week for 2 years, and then we're going to see you off. Yeah, but enjoy these 2 years, Bobby. Right?
This is why the Sadio and Hot Kopics is well better, by the way.
Sadio, well done on winning that, by the way. Sorry, Mo, but we'll look after you in a minute. Right.
I think that's your first mistake, speaking to Mane and congratulate them before you speak to him.
No. He'll be happy with what I'm about to offer him. Right. So, Mane, come over here. You've seen that You've loads of them recently, haven't you? Right. Similar age to Bobby. Yeah. 2 years, 200k a week. Right. Ooh. So, you two, this is your semi-retirement home now, right? Yeah. We want to see out the Klopp years with you. We love you. And we want you to enjoy your best life. And then when you're 33, off your pop, right? Off your pop. Mo, get in here, you. Right? Commiserations. Sad you didn't win that. So much pressure on you. But here's something to make it a bit easier, right? See them two, Wally's over there. I'll just give them 2. You can go now, lads. Just give them 2 years, right? 5 years for you, because you're only 28, right? And here's 350 a week. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that or not. That's good. That's what I would personally do. And then Luis Diaz, you're locked down.
Yeah, you're already
sorted. Tiop Taki, in a bit.
The boys.
Or shave some off. Millie, I'll have your dough back as well. You can go to Leeds.
You can go to Leeds.
Let me know if you would do that.
That's an A-star performance, if I do say so myself.
Thank you, bro.
Do you know what I will say as well? I do think that's actually a good little strategy to get them all to sign, because at the end of the day, still really decent players. Yeah. Are they what they was? I don't know. Salah is better than what he's ever been. Yeah. Mane might have dropped off a little bit, but I really do think it's just a little bit. I still think he's one of the best in that position, one of the best in the league. there's not many people that take over Mane, so I think that speaks volumes. And then even Bobby Firmino, the quality that he brings to our team right now. If you give them 2 years, I don't think that hurts. If you increase that by a little bit from what you've been paying them for 2 seasons, I really do think that is a good strategy. And even with Salah, 5 years isn't something that I hate, because even if he drops off 3 years into that, you've still got 3 more years of a phenomenal Mo Salah. 3 more years of a phenomenal most of at least 25 goals, and that's a bad season. Yeah. Like, that's the one thing that you notice about Mo. A bad season for him is under 30 goals.
23 goals he got in the lockdown season.
In the lockdown season, in all competitions,
22, yeah. Which, listen, it's not awful.
Last season in all competitions, he got 32, didn't he?
32, so it's a big improvement, but 23, I was looking at him thinking it's definitely not a flop, because within that season he scores away at Old Trafford. And remember, he scores some massive goals.
He's a right winger.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a great point that we always keep forgetting. But yeah, lock them all down. Knock them all down. We need that. Diaz is the next in line, I would say. It's that kind of. It's a battle for 2 years.
Alex, I said
you and Sadio just battle for 2 years. Whoever's the best, that's who's going to play.
100%. And that's the thing. We were talking about it on the fan cam yesterday, and I sort of was stunned at what we were saying about how mad it is that we've got this much squad depth. Yeah. Taki Minamino's got 8 goals this season. I don't even put him in the top 6 attackers at Liverpool, and he's got 8 goals. Look at Origi getting all these goals this season as well, just here and there, and he's played way less games than Taki. Jota scored the most goals in the Premier League across all competitions. Out of any other Premier League player, he scored the most in all competitions, besides Mo Salah. So we've got the 2 top goal scorers in all competitions.
Facts.
That's a joke.
Literally just facts.
Jota has got 15 goals this season, which is insane, by the way. Yeah. But not to mention only, Harvey Elliott's back getting bangers against Cardiff City. I'm not saying he's going to go ahead and score loads of goals, but you can't deny his creativity. He's going to help us score.
How many goals will Harvey Elliott finish on this season?
5.
5.
And I think that would be brilliant. Yeah. I think that,
considering he's been.
Do you know if he got 5 goals in that period of time, bearing in mind Salah's going to be bagging them in, Mane's still going to be doing his thing. Luis Diaz,
free kicks.
I think he'll be creating a lot more goals, but 5 goals, and I think that would be fantastic. That being said, so you've got Harvey Elliott, Luis Diaz, Mane, Salah, Firmino, Jota, Origi, Minamino, and even without Kate Gordon, who's coming through the ranks, get him out on loan next season.
Ox can play there.
Remove Ox from the equation. Right. They're all well better than Oxlade in that position. Okay. But you know what? You're right. You've even got versatility in Oxlade. Joe Gomez can play right back and centre back. You know, we are in a good position, at least for now until the end of the season. I can't.
And then we review it in the summer. We obviously get rid of some, make some money. Obviously, take a few big hitters off the wage bill.
There's a lot more Deadwood than what we realise. Adrian needs to go.
Karius.
Karius is going. Milner. Already, that's 3 players.
Who else would you like to see? Listen,
let us know, chat.
We don't
want to. Actually a big one.
We'll read out some comments now, but we don't want to, start saying who we want out of the club. But if in an ideal world we could maybe move on these players to create the revenue, because that's been used as an excuse before. We need money to bring in money, or need money to spend money. So let's bring in some money, because we've just outlaid 37 on Diaz. Yeah. So let's bring in some money by selling. Let's just list them now before we get into the comments.
Go on.
Karius, Adrian. This is me personally.
Yep.
I think Milner's gone, and that frees up a lot of money. By the way, Adrian, Karius on big contracts too. I would say 50K. One of Kieta or Ox leaves.
I'm fine with that. No, I'm fine with that. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Preferably Oxlade, but I get why Kieta should go.
One of them should go, I think.
Because bear in mind, Oxlade's been more fit than Kieta recently as well.
Yeah, which maybe
makes him a more reliable option.
Curtis Jones, does he move on? I heard at the start of the season during a pre-season game, I think it was the Osasuna one, right? Gus, that's not for you, mate. And it said apparently this is his last chance to get in the first team this season. And if not, he will move on.
Let us know.
So there's 5.
Yeah.
And then I think Minamino or Origi will go.
Okay.
If not both.
I'm fine with that.
That's 7. That's a lot of dough.
Let's
get into the comments.
Right. So I only want to know what some people are saying, right? So T-Boys TV has said Nico Williams. Would you let him go in the summer? Because you've got to bear in mind, Nico Williams is a very decent right back. I think he's been brilliant anytime he's played for us this season. But he is never going to be better than Trent. And that just means to me that there's no real point in having them there. You would much more benefit just getting somebody else who's maybe a bit older and is happy to sort of rotate.
But then what happens to Conor Bradley?
Conor Bradley can be the backup, but Is he good enough to be the backup? Do you trust him to be the backup? He's a good player, but is he ready?
I think, listen, if he's on loan already, I think he's played enough games. He's won a Premier League with Liverpool, Nico Williams, right? So he's played enough games to not really be loaned out. So now that we are loaning him out, after he's already probably played about 25 games for Liverpool, would lead me to think that they probably are going to sell him. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree, by the way. Nat Phillips as well as someone who I think's on him. I think what we're hoping is he does well at Bournemouth. We can get 15 million or so for him, and then he chips on.
I think so.
But that's still good business because there was a stage where Nat Phillips is 23, still playing in the under-23s, not really.
It's a lot better than it was 2 years ago.
2 million, 3 million. So now we're getting a lot more for a player.
Big up to Nat Phillips,
as an asset, he just went shum. Oh yeah, 100%.
I've seen him have the head, the bandage around his head already for Bournemouth 30 minutes into his debut. That's what you buy him, isn't it? You might as well just leave him with that on every week.
Defo, he looks well better with it.
Yeah.
But
that's a bit of an insult. Saying someone looks better with a bandage around.
But he just looks cool. You know what I mean? It's like saying...
No, he does. Hard man.
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
man vibes. Yeah,
it's like when someone in karate has the thing around their head, they look more like they're going to kick your face in.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? I was going to say something and it's completely lost track. So
talking about players leaving, players coming in.
Well, another player that might be coming in is Carvalho. Let's be excited for that, man. He's definitely coming in, and he's a brilliant player.
Is there space for him in the squad though? Because if he comes in what is he, a cam?
Do you know how good it is that we don't even have space no more for players? He's like a left winger cam. He's one or the other. But still, that's amazing. The fact he can just go out on loan, him and Kate Gordon, just chip.
This is Elliot. Future planning big time, isn't it?
But we've got options.
Because what is he, 18?
Yeah.
Him and Harvey Elliott. Yeah. And maybe add Jude Bellingham into that mix. You're
Jude Bellingham joins. Because I know there's a possibility Jude Bellingham could join, but I just don't know if he will. I don't want to let me hopes up. But FSG have been surprising me recently.
Could, bro.
They've been surprising me, Alex. Do you want me to tell you why? Because I didn't expect Luis Diaz.
No.
And I didn't expect Carvalho. And I know that's next to done.
Yeah.
If that doesn't end up getting done, I'll be fuming with them again.
It will get done. Definitely.
I agree.
Big up to T-Boy saying the goal Fabio Carvalho scored against City in the FA Cup.
Yeah, man.
Star eye emoji. I wanted Salah to win, says NA. Was seriously so happy for Mane. Great to see. And AK says, I think we are seeing a rebuild of the squad right now. We are putting all the bricks, the foundations in place to win the league in 2, 3, 4 years.
Yes.
Which is amazing to see because we've never had the manager to really look that far ahead.
Yeah.
You know, when Rodgers came in, all of his signings, I think personally, were to be successful now, kind of.
Yeah.
We can't really wait too long for these guys to maybe be a success.
100%.
He needed them to perform there and then, where Klopp's obviously had the luxury of time. So in 5-6 years, he's actually built up not only an incredible squad that has transitioned every year into this perfect mold.
Yep.
He's now looking at the bits that are maybe chipping away, going, right, let's replace him in a year. Let's replace him in 2 years. And then when I leave here eventually, hopefully I can just be sitting there on a beach watching us kill it with these players I bought 4 years ago for the club. So, yeah, I love to see it from Klopp. Please, Jurgen Klopp, extend, says North Red. Carvalho to replace Jones if he wants to leave.
Can I say something on the previous comment about Klopp staying? I think he could. I'm someone who's been said.
Can his arm be twisted? Because 100%. He's been open in the past by saying, listen, I need a sabbatical year. Everyone's got to leave me alone.
100%. But any, it's like the way that you can tempt a lot of people, not just men, not just women, but people in general with money. A certain number will always bring them back into a certain trade or whatever it may be. I'm not saying Klopp is the same. One thing that Klopp lives life for, in my opinion, is the moments, is the beautiful moments. And, when the crowd's celebrating and when times are going well. Klopp's had a very tough couple of years. And he said that during those tough couple of years. And I'm not saying he's wrong for saying he wants a year off. I think that's absolutely fair enough. He's a human being. He's allowed to live his life the way he wants to, not just to what we expect him to do. That being said, all he needs, in my opinion, kind of like the Leicester game a few weeks ago, where he said, "I've realised why I love football again. I found that sort of extra oomph." And I think he will get that extra oomph with these players, with the future players, Carvalho, Luis Diaz, some really, really good talent. And I think that this is what we need to realise, people. Liverpool's recruitment, yes, there's some that hasn't gone quite right. Naby Keita because of injuries, Oxlade because of injuries. Yeah. But we know that they were still, you understood why Liverpool still went and bought them players. And besides Karius, really, all of the rest of them have been at least doing a job for us or have been world class and exceeded expectations. That's why I think we have a right to be excited. That's why I think this rebuild is something that it's kind of unexpected and came out of nowhere. But then you really sit back and think about it. Harvey Elliott, Carvalho coming in, Luis Diaz just about to go into his prime, Jota, looks like he's in his prime, but he's not. He's still only 25 himself, so there's still so many things to look forward to. Kanate is 22, my brother. Trent is 23, 24. You've got Chimikas, who's 24. You've got Robbo, who's probably got the energy to last till he's about 40 anyway.
What's he, 28 now?
He's only 28. And Fabinho,
he can go for 10 years.
Fabinho can go for another 5-6 years.
We're laughing, actually.
Alisson.
The future is bright. You said it yesterday.
I said it yesterday, but it's because I've really sat there. How many teams at the beginning of this season as well saying, Liverpool's death, all their players are too old. I was like, with one or two, smart additions, it's not that bad no more. Because Jota is only 25. I tried saying this, but people never saw it. And then I saw the results this season. I was like, maybe they were right. Now I don't think they were right. I think they've been proven massively wrong. Love that. Let us know in the comments. Mic drop, motherfuckers. Mic drop.
Big up as well to T-Boys. Yes, we are on 17k now. That tipped over last night. By the way, big up to everyone who watched this man's fan cam yesterday. First one outside Anfield in probably a month maybe? A while. Just because the games have been so sporadic with the international break.
It's either we do 3 fan cams on the bounce in a week. Or we don't do them for a month.
Yeah. No, we've got, and we'll get into the games that we've got.
Liverpool scheduling. It's literally happening again as well. We've got Leicester next.
Exactly. Yeah. And the last time we played them fan cams banged. But 15k on yours overnight. Yep. So big up to everyone that's watching the fan cams. That's what we love the most. Obviously, Hot Kopics is great. The match previews are great. But the fan cams is where it's at. That's where this channel was born, and that's what we're going to keep on doing. So keep rolling with us on that. Big up to Flav Lopez. I would love to see you both go head-to-head on the DR Sports quiz.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to lie. I do reckon he'd probably beat me. I'm just being honest. That being said,
it'd be fun. It'd be great.
Would it be phenomenal content? Absolutely. Absolutely. And do you know if I get close to winning, I will be unbeatable. So,
and listen, people have been close to beating me. They've drawn. Then I've kind of pulled away.
And listen, even though you've got years on me, man, you know that I know my knowledge.
I know, listen, I know you know your stuff, man, 100%. Well, I will let you into a little secret, right? So those of you that have been watching the DR Sports Quiz, yes, I've won 3 in a row, but I have the opportunity. I'm doing 3 this week. Actually, I say that. I have to win the first one, win the second one to allow me to do the third one. Okay. But I'm quite confident. Can I make it 6 out of 6 this week? I'm doing 3 in a whole week. Potentially.
Because he's a bad man.
So let's see what happens. North Red says, James, you're getting more selfies than the Shankly statue these days. This is the thing, right? So when we do the fan cams, and they're amazing fun, especially when we win, everyone's in a good mood. And when it's hot and sunny, not freezing cold like last night. But when you're doing your thing and you're holding court, sometimes you take the mic off me and you kind of take over, and I love it. Honestly, the vibe that we create there, again, if we won and everyone's in a good mood, but there's about 100 people sometimes and they're all just doing this. And that's great. Do you know what I mean? Because it spreads the word of the Kop TV. People are saying, hang on, I'm at Anfield, I'm outside the Kop and I'm seeing James talk to a red microphone.
Mad, lad. It's mad.
It's like how...
But no,
and people, it's like their day out. They come and see that at the end of the game. They get their pictures. They go back to Ireland. They go back to London. They scouse as well.
That's why I'll never turn down a photo because I know how massive that is to their day, and it just something as small as me saying no can actually not ruin their day, but it'll make it so much better just by saying yes, taking a few seconds. But that's the beauty of what we do, lads. And do you know what I like about our fan cams? Like my fan cams on the Kop TV. I'm probably the only person in this YouTube space who gets more views when we win.
Yeah.
Or the fan cam's better, and that brings positive energy. Because when I'm not a person who's gonna, and this is no shit on bigger fan channels who have obviously grew that way. Fucking fair play to them, mate. You know what I mean? That's still funny in a different way, but it's never really been known in this industry for positive fan cams to always be getting watched and really thoroughly enjoyed, because you see that I'm just a red lad. I'm not better than anyone else. I'm not more of a red than anyone else. I'm just a red. I grew up that way, and that's the way it sort of went. I live 15 minutes away from Anfield. I can kind of go there whenever I want. It's a gift that I don't even realise sometimes, and I make the most of it. So when I see my team lose, I'm devastated. If I see us win, I'm going to go over the top. Even if it looks like I'm drunk. and I say some things that might get me in the gutter sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's that passion and that excitement that's came across to the people. That's why it's put me in the position that I'm in now, to the point where we get selfies with people, we create a good environment. And how good is that, by the way? We can have Reds come after the game and just have a good little atmosphere for about 20 minutes, half an hour.
That's it, man.
That makes their day better. That's another event in their day. Sometimes you don't want to just go home after the match. You want to go and experience it with other people. Be like, lads, we're bosses, aren't we? And then that's what that creates. So we appreciate you. We appreciate all the people who come to Anfield and might not even watch our videos loads, but just come over and make it, like you said, an atmosphere. But still be smashing the likes though.
But honestly, if you ever get the chance, I mean, we understand that it's a bit of a gift for us. You live 15 minutes away from the ground. I've been able to move up here. My family are from Anfield, Liverpool. I never had a choice about supporting the team. So we've got to understand that when people do come a long way to go to the ground, it's a massive thing. It's a thing that we still think is massive. Every time I walk into that ground and see the pitch, I'm like, wow. It never takes my...
I treat it like it's my last time there. Exactly. I'm like, I always have to try and embrace the fact that I'm here, that I get the chance to be here. And if this is the last time I get to come here, then amazing. I'm going to make the most
Can't take it for granted. So when people come in and they're asking you, can you do a little video there for me, cousin? and 50 people have asked you, and I'm standing there looking at you going, bloody hell, like you never say no. And you go up to everyone and you sort them out. And it's just a positive vibe that we try and create, and there's no reason for it to not be positive, even if we do lose, So
even if we lose,
man, big up to everyone who gets involved in the Kop TV, the fan cams, the live streams. We love it all. Big up to T-Boy. Hope to come to Liverpool soon. Great day watching Liverpool first and Senegal. This channel is going to go after a home game all day long. The regulars are brilliant. This channel is my go-to after home. I love that. Thank you very much, bro. And again, we're the only channel. We're the only channel outside Anfield doing fan cam.
Yeah, man.
Every single home game.
Yeah, man.
For the last 2 years, we've been the guys.
Yeah, man. And you know what? That's sick. And we're going to keep doing our thing, and we're going to keep building that, and it's going to be beautiful. Do you know what I mean?
It is going to be beautiful. It is beautiful. But I feel like, obviously, listen, you came up on the Red Men TV. You've got to tip your hat and pay respects to the people that laid the foundation.
They're great at what they do. They're fantastic.
But do you know why they don't do the kind of fan cams now? It's because maybe COVID has shifted their thing. They're like, right, studio now.
You should already have half the answer. You know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Getting the fan cams recorded in the rain, in the cold, and after the games when you can just go home, you can put your feet up, enjoy the Liverpool win. They've been doing that for years, and it's like, I remember being with them. They would try and upload them. I'm talking they're editing the videos on the way back to the office. You've got Sai in the back doing this and this, that, and the other, and like it was just carnage. Like I went back with them one time after the game, and it was absolutely mental, like how much just they were like, right, we need to do this, thumbnails, all the score. Because you've got to get back here, you've got to do this, and you've got to upload them. It's a nightmare, lad. So that's why I think they don't do them no more. They've got a boss little website there where people subscribe and they get enough money from it. They probably make enough revenue on the channel to the point where that's enough to keep them ticking over. Why not? And you know what? One thing I'd like to think with this channel is that we're always going to look to evolve, always look to get better, always produce better content, get better people on the channel, make it into a bigger thing. But I also don't, look at people and think, you've built it to a point where you're self-sustainable, and that's bad. That's not bad. No. Well done. Do you know what I mean? Fair play to them.
That's what we'll probably do one day, and I think would be. I mean, we've bumped into Paul outside, haven't we? Obviously you're a lot closer to him than me. You've done a fan cam before and he's come over to you. It would be great one day if I could get them onto a little fan cam on the Kop TV and we just bring it all together. Because I've had Chris on the channel before. Big up to Shawnee Lawson involved. Hey lads, you reckon the AFCON result is going to cause a rift between Salah and Mane? No way.
No.
But yeah, thank you, Klopp Talk, man. Big up. What else are we going to talk about today? Right, I wanted to touch on, because I know we haven't got too much time, but the next few games, right? And I said in the description, the next 3 weeks. So Thursday night is Leicester, and again, massive controversy the last time they came. I think because of the songs. I think my instant match reaction got like 85k. Your fan cam got about 50k. So there's bad blood between Leicester. And when they come back to Anfield, obviously they've just got absolutely battered there by Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
So when they come back, trust me, there's going to be some bad blood there. Big game on Thursday night. And the fan cam after that, if you can get down there, bro, unbelievable. Burnley, 2:00 away. That's a kind of game that maybe is that the ideal entrance for a Luis Diaz for his first away game for Liverpool? Because that's as tough as it gets.
Yeah, possibly. I don't. Well, will Mane and Salah be back, or do you think
should be? I mean, this is in 5 days.
5 days.
You'd like to think that they come back today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they get 2 days in, maybe a day of rest.
I think
I'd
ease. I wouldn't mind Mane coming in a little bit sooner, but I'd ease Salah coming back. Bear in mind, he's just had 4 extra times.
120 minutes in a row,
so not a chance will I be playing him in that game. I don't care how important he is. I'd rather see Mane on the right. I think we forget Mane can play on the right and play really well there. So the front three that I go with, that I'd be starting. In fact,
might as well start the Leicester game.
Jota, Firmino, and Luis Diaz.
To start Leicester Thursday night.
Yeah.
Fair. And then it's maybe again, you don't want to
rush Salah for choice now, Alex, so we can actually test a few things.
So Leicester, Burnley Sunday, Wednesday after, a massive away game, and we will have an Inter Milan fan like this, live in person, because he's my neighbour, Inter Milan fan on to preview both those games. So that's going to be interesting. Big up. And then we play Norwich in the league at home Saturday 19th of Feb. And then that rearranged game with Leeds at Anfield on 23rd. And then it's the European Carabao Cup final, because it says EFL, I don't know. The EFL Cup final, Chelsea on the 27th. And then it's FA Cup, Norwich again at Anfield, 2nd of March, West Ham at home, Inter at home, Brighton away, Liverpool at home to United. And this takes us all the way through until the international break, where again, after 20th of March, we get a little 12-day period there where we go again at home to Watford, and then we've got City away. So, as it always is with Liverpool, the next 3, 4, 5 games really do define our season. The title of this video is how many trophies will we actually win this season? I'm going to give you some options here, right?
Go on.
And then we're going to break it down why we think it's that.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3. Because I don't think we're going to win 4.
Sounds.
I think 1 is obviously a big possibility, because we have a 50-50 chance of winning 1. What is your choice, and why are we going to win that many? Or is it 0?
Oh, I thought you were going to give me some options.
1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Let us know in the comments as well.
I think the most realistic, the way I put it to you yesterday, if you had to put all your money in your account right now, on a bet on how many trophies we were going to win, I think that puts it in a little.
2, innit?
I think it makes you test yourself a little bit more, like, oh, my money was on the line. And it's like, oh, actually, you know what I mean?
Probably wouldn't even.
And the thing is, Liverpool could win 3. You said 1, and then you lose it all. But like, you know that Liverpool, they don't tend to win doubles or triples or whatever. You know what I mean? Or trebles, even triples. But yeah, what's it called? I think we're going to win 2. I think the League Cup is a huge possibility. And then either the FA Cup or the Champions League is fine with me, my mate. Obviously, as always, prefer Champions League, but even the FA Cup, it's a trophy that Klopp hasn't won. It's a very prestigious trophy, even though it might not be what it used to be. I'd very much take it. And then that, my friends, is a double. If you do a good Champions League run, might get unlucky in the final or the semis or whatever it may be. That would be devastating, but I'm just talking about the hindsight of the season. You know, to win a League Cup and an FA Cup, that'd be nice.
In the comments, we've got 2, 3, 2, quadruple. So great. Absolutely no.
So it turns out that is an option now.
So in the comments, the average is probably 3. Captain Sauer said.
And I think that's doable, man. I do. You know, do you know what? I think we're more likely to win the Champions League than the FA Cup. I doubt that we're going to go all the way on a cup run again, because we just know what can happen in the one-off game. One game you're playing Manchester United, you've got a Champions League fixture in a few days, you play your second team, they play the strongest, because they're already knocked out by that point, and then boom, they knock you out somehow. So I'm not saying that we're definitely going to win the FA Cup. I'm just saying I'd take it. But if I'm going with the 2 trophies that I think we're going to win, Champions League, League Cup. And I'd take that, mate. Best believe I'd take a League Cup win over Chelsea at Wembley, and I definitely would take a Champions League.
Listen, even if we win the League Cup, and let's say we had a Champions League, that trophy parade, which we've been starved of because of the league, unbelievable. But let's win them first. We don't want to be counting away. Big up to 104 people in the stream right now, making sure every single one of you right now are liking it. Big up to Kop Talk, who says this season's going to be special. And I really do believe, bro, we're in this moment right now. Me and you are in the city centre of Liverpool.
Yep.
We're in great ages in our life. I'm a bit older than you. We could witness something really fucking special this
summer. I think we will. I do. I think
we'll remember it forever.
I think the next 10 years specifically for us are very, very exciting years. Yeah. And for Liverpool fans in general, I think be excited and, you know, be
definitely
proud.
The next 5.
Definitely the next 5. I think 10 possibly, honestly. I really do, lad. Like, especially when you look at some of our best young players right now, Trent, who's only 23 or whatever it may be, Harvey Elliot, literally a Liverpool
and him
fan.
Coming back, it's like we've almost just splashed 30 million on this new...
It's not like these are youngsters who
but
are
it's
just
like a new signing.
youngsters.
Like, it's like we've literally gone out and bought a £40 million Harvey Elliot there. And now he's back and firing.
100%. You know I mean? Honestly, it's brilliant. And I said it on the fan camp, he's like a signing in itself. So be grateful for the fact that we've got a fully fit squad for 1. For 2, really enjoy the next few years, because honestly, when Klopp leaves, that is when maybe it might start falling down, but then Gerrard will take over and that'll be a whole different emotional wave together that we can just enjoy as a fan base. So I do think, like what you said, 7, 8, possibly 10 years, we could be a really high level football club.
Beautiful way to finish the podcast.
Very nice way. And see, this is why I like this channel. It's positive. Do you know what I mean? And it's not that we don't call out the bullshit. I'd like people to think that I call out the bullshit when I do, because at the end of the day, when FSG fuck up, how many times do I have a rant about FSG to you? Even off camera, I'm like glad to just. Even now, I'm still not really. I'm still FSG out more than anything, but there is still things good that they do that I can call them out for as well. So that's why I think this is a good balance of a channel. We don't just lean one way.
Big up to everyone in the comments. Good stream again, lads. Thank you there, T-Boy T.
My G.
We are fit at the moment. We have recruited good times ahead from North Red with the old Clover. Right, episode 21 done. We will be back next week. Hopefully we get James on the fan cams. We also try and get you. So going forward, the new strategy is probably won't be doing as many match day vlogs from Jurgen's. We're just going to be uploading single kind of videos of you doing your instant match reaction. I'll do one, Ruby do one. That's the away kind of strategy now. And the home games, obviously, we're at every home game, like no other channel is. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. A massive week of content ahead.
With Salah crying and I'm devastated.
That's quite sad. And obviously, commiserations to Salah. But yeah, big up if you've enjoyed this episode. Smash the like button. And we've got loads of great content coming up this week. We'll see you soon. Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.